Hacksaw Ridge is directed by Mad Max and stars Agent Smith and the Amazing Spider-Man. I'm sorry, I just really needed to use that. So while the rest of the world is pretending to understand the American presidential election, I thought I'd review one of the films I saw on the weekend, which is The Amazing Hacksaw Ridge. That's not the title, but the film is very, very good. Hacksaw Ridge is about Desmond Doss, who signs up to fight for America in World War II, and he goes to the Battle of Okinawa against Japan, which is one of the bloodiest battles in World War II history. The thing that's very significant about Desmond Doss is the fact that he refuses to touch a gun or take another human life, which, as you can imagine, in wartime creates a bit of controversy. I really liked this movie. It starts off setting the scene for Desmond. It establishes who his character is, what his motivations are, why he believes that he can't touch a gun and take another human life. Kind of slow at the start, but it does a really good job. It's necessary to kind of build up, because you get this slow, easygoing love story, because Desmond Doss has a girlfriend when he goes into war, and then it's like shit hits the fan. It gets intense, bloody action scenes. So the slow part some people might not like, but I enjoyed it. It sets the scene for the attitudes into why people had to go to war, and it really builds Desmond Doss up to being the kind of do-good character that he is. The thing I should really talk about are the action scenes, the war scenes, when they go into the Battle of Okinawa. These are some of the best war scenes since Saving Private Ryan, and that is not a good thing. These are fucking terrifying to watch. They are awful. Mel Gibson hasn't held back on the gore or any of the violence. It is horrific. You're going to get really slapped on the face if you're not prepared for these battle scenes to go all out, and they really do a good job of conveying the mood and the doom and gloom that these soldiers face going into war, and the horrors that they saw in the middle of battle. And this is all complemented by some really, really good camera work by Mel Gibson. He uses some really good POV shots that I like, and some really good use of slow-mo as well, and some great lighting, and some really good camera shots, like I said, the POV, and also there's somewhere it's mounted on the gun, and I thought those were really cool. And they really helped to make some of the best war scenes that I've ever seen. Both equally terrified and amazed while you're watching them. And where this film shines is the story that it's telling of Desmond Doss and how miraculous it is. He saved 75 people without ever touching a gun. That's real. That happened. And it's just as miraculous in the film. And you really get behind him and root for him, because he, against all odds, is in the middle of one of the most horrific events of all time, is doing something miraculous, and it's great, really entertaining to watch, and really inspiring and motivational for the audience as well. And now we come to the acting. Andrew Garfield is very good as Desmond Doss. I quite liked his performance. He's very likable, and he really comes across as just like a really kind-natured, good-hearted person, which some people might not like, because he is a character who has very little flaws. You can see him question his ideology, but he is never does a bad thing. He's never a bad character. We always see that he is in the right. Vince Vaughn plays the sergeant in this film, and he is really good. When they're training, there's a really funny scene, and he is really a terrifying but funny sergeant character to watch. Sam Worthington as the captain of, I don't know how military ranks work, but I'd say captain of the battalion, the division, and he is great. He's one of the characters who's really against Desmond Doss's ideology, and he is really good in this movie, and I'm very happy. This also brings me to Hugo Weaving. We've known him for some of his roles as Agent Smith in The Matrix, and in Lord of the Rings as well. It's very sci-fi, very fantasy, nothing very grounded. But now he's playing a drunk veteran who's returned from World War II, who's Desmond's father, and he is really grounded, like slap on the face, this is reality character, and that's something that we're not familiar with him playing. And he really does a fantastic job in this position as the father. I was really, really blown away with his acting. There you have it, the great acting, the amazing story, which they didn't come up with, but credit to them for choosing to do this. Great camera work, very good visuals, and haunting imagery in the war scenes from Mel Gibson combines to make this one of the best films I've seen this year, if not the best, and definitely the best war film we've ever had, in my opinion. So I'm going to give Hacksaw Ridge 5 out of 5 stars.